就我应该是给你们的吧？
这个是牛奶吗？
哎，
好像不是。
是牛奶。So this kind more domestic. CleanOX is very good for sweeping application because it doesn't remove all the particles, also remove ammonia, carbon monoxide. For swimming pool, people tend to keep in the pool, so you can remove ammonia easily. So CleanOX is actually very good for swimming pool application. We have the BMS65, which is very unique in the market where you don't have competition. This is very effective media. I can show you the installation we have done in Nigeria.
Is gebruik jy dit in die areas soos daar by
maybe all over, it depends on what's in the water. Some of the bore water, in my opinion, still is probably better than some of the municipal that we drink. But
the iron,
we get quite a bit of iron. The iron levels are over. You see, the standard for the laboratories is the SABS standard. Yeah, so if it's over that, then you put an iron remover. Because the iron, you'll notice if you spray
Power and plug in the inlet and outlet and the storage tank, you have to prepare properly and supply potable water for the small village or small community. So the containerized system. We have supply several to Philippines for emergency use. Okay, so products, our systems, I think you already know. So we can produce our systems from air rigidity to maximum 50 cubic meters per hour. 50 cubic meters, that's 50,000 liters per hour. Ultrafiltration system, you know ultrafiltration system? No. Okay, RO is basically has the pore size of 0.0001 micron. And the diameter of our human hair, you know how much? 100 micron. So imagine how small the pore is. So we must have a high pressure pump to push the water through the membrane. So basically all the mineral and contaminants in the water can be removed by RO. And UF has the pore size of 0.01 micron. So that's basically the size of bacteria. So UF, when you want to use UF is when the feed TDS is low, for example below 50 ppm, and maybe some customers they think ours too expensive, they can just use UF to make sure the water is free from bacteria. So and also, I don't know if you have seen this problem. The membrane can block within 3 days, 1 day. Maybe because in some area, like I've been another city nearby. I forgot the name of that city, but there's a lake. It's greenish. Yeah, and that water contains so many microorganisms and bacteria. And if you install RO there with all the pretreatment like carbon filter softener, membrane can still block within a week or two because of microorganisms, and that is when you need to install UF before RO to make sure everything is longer. Yeah, this is UF. This one. This is UF.
So if your TDS is like 100, the UF will bring it down?
No, UF will not bring down any TDS.
Okay.
TDS is minerals. That's small size. That's 0.005 to 0.002. So RO is the only way to remove TDS. And yeah.
So the UF will remove anything up until 0.1?
0.01. Okay? Humic acid. Humic acid is T. T leaves release the color, has large molecular, we call that humic acid, UF can remove that as well. But that cannot be tested with TBS. Yeah. We also supply different kind of filtration systems, multimedia sand filter, CleanerX. Have you heard of CleanerX? Yes, okay. Ion removal, carbon, and all sorts of them. Multimedia sand filter basically remove particulates larger than 50 micron. I believe you know. CleanerX remove particulates, also ammonia and color and odor. So it gives extra features than multimedia sand filter. And CleanerX is especially good for swimming pool application. Why? Because the swimming pool people can pee in the pool, and CleanerX can remove ammonia very efficiently, like more than 90%. So CleanerX is very good for swimming pool. So if you have a swimming pool application where people use only multimedia sand filter, you can propose saying, oh, we have a better media they can use. Yeah. Iron removal, it's a special media to remove iron.
Yeah, DMS.
Yeah. How do you feel that?
It's good. It's very effective.
Yes, it is.
But how effective will the CleanerX be towards the, say, the color and so on in the water?
Good question. About 50%.
About 50% will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Carbon is more effective for the color than other. But CleanerX can take care of that too, but not as effective than carbon. But CleanerX has more efficiency in removal ammonia. CleanerX can even reduce hardness to 50%, but not as good as carbon.
083 334 6576.
Okay, so the process is like this. The wastewater coming in first, and we go through a pH adjusting system. It's not necessarily dependent on the type of wastewater, but mostly you need to decrease the pH in order to make this electrocoagulation more efficient. And go through electrocoagulation to make the particle bigger, then goes to another pH adjustment to increase the pH again, and goes to the concentrate tank. Then we have a membrane filtration system called tubular membrane filtration system. It's like UF, but UF is flexible and can break easily after 6 months or 1 year for sure. Then we have a membrane that is thick, that never breaks. It's like ceramic, but it's,
ceramic, yeah.
but it's not ceramic.
Oh, not ceramic.
But it's also made of PVDF.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like UF, but it is very durable for wastewater recycling. So our wastewater, after it's coagulated, it will be filtered with this, and the concentrated water will be back to this tank. So the wastewater here will be more concentrated. Then it will be pumped into the filter press to separate liquid and solids. And the water coming out from here, the SDI level will be below 1 or below 0.1. Yeah, SDI level will be below 0.1. So it will be a zero discharge wastewater solution. You can actually reuse this water. So this is an idea, because I believe this.
What's the footprint of a plant like this?
1/3 smaller than a traditional treatment tank. So if you have a project that requires small footprint, this is the solution. And we do have patent for this. So this is something you must.
So only replacement parts are there? Will be the membranes.
No replacement for this, because it's so robust.
You just flush it out.
Yeah, just flush it out. Even you can write, if some contaminants stuck on the server, you can even use a brush to wash it out.
Okay.
Yeah. And this The only replacement is this electro. It's an electro, and it's not expensive, and you just need to replace once every 6 to 1 year. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's it. So the only chemical consumption here is acid and carbon.
That's very caustic.
It's not expensive either. So operating cost for electro calculation is also the consumption is very low. It's about 0.1 kilowatt for 1 cubic meter per hour in water. So it's not expensive. So in the long run, compared to traditional treatment, they use PH and polymer, which
So these you manufacture yourself?
yes. So this chemical consumption cost can be the consumption cost for chemical for 1 year can buy this system. So 1 year, the cost of this system will be returned immediately, and this can last very long, and the maintenance, you don't need to worry about too much. So if you are interested, I can ask Terence to send you more information on this. I'll show you a picture of the projects we have done for this with this.
How's business on your side?
Extremely busy with the gas.
Oh, the gas, yeah, for sure.
The water is also picking up.
We picked up a few jobs now, with 2 or 3 containerized plants to do, and we've got a big one for reverse osmosis.
See, I don't do the big things.
Yeah.
I do the so.
But we prefer websites for bigger tanks, like
Okay.
above 21 by 62.
Okay, and then your pressure vessels, you do stainless steel ones as well? Like 25, 21, 25, 40.
Pressure vessel, membrane vessel, you mean?
Yeah, membrane
Yes,
vessel.
we do that. Yeah, for some applications.
Okay, and then you say,
Yeah.
and the big ones on the 8-inch, like the one that you did for Coca-Cola,
Yes.
what brand is it? Is it your Rotec or
No, website.
also Wayside?
Also
Oh,
website.
alright.
Because
So
they
you
just-
guys basically, you build plants, you don't
Yeah.
manufacture. Okay.
Yeah, we
So whatever's on display here, is
Yes.
things that you buy out from people and you assemble.
yeah, we buy
Okay,
components.
same what we doing, okay.
But we make
Service, experience, and technology are Rotec's guiding principles. There are thousands of water treatment plants that we have designed and manufactured globally through our group resources and engineers.
So if you want bigger system, then basically we can only provide multiple.
Tell me, the 50, okay, these are for big pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah, big and also
Cubical, is it TPH? Cubical meters?
cubic meters. That's 1 cubic meters. That's 1,000 euro.
Conventional water purification to industrial wastewater recycling. Rotec products are manufactured in dedicated ISO accredited facilities using quality control. System designs reflect the accumulated years of engineering research and practical experience through all of the Rotec Group partnerships. Our advantages: a single source supplier
Healthcare and hospital facility, mostly basically for hemodialysis, they require our basic and EDF to produce outside your water. So we also supply a lot of HMS in Taiwan, China, Southeast Asia to supply outside your water for hemodialysis applications.
What do you use for
EDF.
that bought the paper from Germany. So they only get it from
They also produce, so they need to take take the large onto the branch. Just change the politics.
Yeah, sure.
System designs reflect the accumulated years of engineering research and practical experience held through all of the Rotec Group partnerships. Our advantages. A single Rotec Group was established by a group of water treatment professionals in 1990. We have consolidated multiple partnerships worldwide and grown our customer base to cover more than 30 countries for our consulting, planning, water resource management, and comprehensive support services. Rotec provides innovative, low-maintenance, pure water solutions. Our systems are tailored to suit your needs, with easy-to-use designs featuring robust control systems to deliver quality and dependability, day in and day out. We manufacture systems for most applications, from conventional water purification to industrial.
Filter for pre-treatment. Yeah. Some dishwasher and glass washer, and drinking water and coffee filtration, beverage and ice purification systems.
Will make the markets where you might also be required for those applications, for example, for food service and restaurants such as McDonald's, KFC, Starbucks. They might need simple filtration systems or cleaning systems to make sure the water is well dissipated and the particulates are removed. So for you residential people, this might be the first time you see, but this has been proven for a long time that it works.
Yes, say for instance, on your water pressure here is like 6 bar.
The pressure is here.
Yeah.
Here, there's no pressure. Yeah, there's pressure, there's a flow, but pressure depending on.
But that's if you use, say if you use that before, if you don't use a tank, you just connect it into the feed water.
To the feed of the high pressure.
Yeah. And say the feed water in is 6 bar. And how is that going to push against it? Isn't going to
shake
try
valve,
like
shake valve, one like that.
shake valve. But what pressure will the RO push that water out?
Well, you have 6 bar municipal water pressure.
Well, it varies between 0 and 11.
Wow, are you kidding me?
The installation today.
Yeah,
11. So we had to put a regulator in for one of those, like to bring it down to 4 bar. Otherwise it would pop. We had one in Joburg just down the road here, also 11 bar.
Wow. Wow, you don't need a high pressure pump.
Inside my shop, the water pressure is about 9 bar. So if I put the pump, if I put it straight on without a regulator, the system doesn't want to start because the pressure is too high. So once I put a pressure regulator in to reduce the pressure, then my pump kicks on and then it actually starts producing water. That's how strong the pressure is.
Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, and yeah, you cannot recycle this to the pipeline where the pressure is that high. So you need.
So it would have
well,
to
you can
slightly go.
You can do that. The pressure here will increase. For example, if here 6 bar, then it will increase for 6 bar in order to make sure the pressure here
is high
enough to then that doesn't make sense. I think it's maybe to have a small break thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Then basically, our systems can be used for food service and restaurants, like McDonald's, KFC, and Starbucks, they basically have a basic filtration systems for all their coffee machine, making machine, pot mixing machine, things like that. And our system can be also installed for hotels, where for some hotel they required water softener to reduce the usage of detergent greatly, and some even want drinkable water from the faucet. In northern African countries, where the water may mostly come from the borehole, and almost for South Africa, the water is good enough, so they may not need it now. And
Do you guys physically manufacture these systems, or do you build them? You build them from scratch.
we build them from scratch. Yeah, we basically buy the components, of course, from the components manufacturer, and we make complete systems for different applications.
So you've got a factory manufacturing
Yes.
line that builds the systems.
Let me show you our factories. To assemble a complete solution for different applications. And for the applications that we mostly serve is first of all, for commercial is food service and restaurants. That's McDonald's, KFC, Starbucks. In Taiwan, we also supply, like, for example, water softener for Starbucks, because they use coffee machine and some degree of hotness in the water, and that will cause the lifespan of the coffee machine shorter, so they require softener in every shop. So, and for McDonald's, we also provide some basic filtration like PP, carbon, and UV pot mixing. And also for ice making, we also require small house systems. And for hotel, basically some customer need central purification systems, so that they can offer drinkable water to the significant cost for them in the long run. So this
And it gives you more foam.
Huh?
Yeah, water gives you more foam.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. For educational facilities, like for schools, universities, colleges, and in some rural area, like other countries in Africa, they don't have good access of municipal water supply or drinking water in school. They may buy the water from outside. If you have a chance to propose to them, we can help them to build a water shop within the campus.
Oh, okay.
And you can supply them drinking water to every students or even teachers. It will be a good market because the population in the school is usually a lot of people, and you can always get a stable power.
I've got three people, 5 that I know, companies that uses no chemicals, no soaps in it, and they've got contracts with businesses.
Do you know the KDF?
Service, yeah. We can use that as service. We have our media.
The pressure test is more than 500 psi. Yeah.
500
Yeah, 500 psi. And it's NSF, under NSF is a regulation, so our housing authority doesn't have any problem.
不过大型的需求会比较属于开始是落后国家，因为落后国家应该比较不同的。
Hope this is can broaden your how to say in terms of yeah, this is our application. Actually, the UF filters these two suppliers, two main country ASEAN as the whole says then only you can use ours. Yeah, like this. And tank inside, here we put 2.2 gallons tank.
It's a 10-liter tank.
Yeah. So this is how it does. So it can be direct flow also. And also make sure our product is not going out to the like leakage or loss or whatever. So all the specs incoming, the product injection products and the housing casing product to be fit, how to say, in the diameter, everything is the same. This is what we are doing. Yeah, this is what we are doing. So we are also one of the we have at least 10 of these casing in our factory now. It's different design. So we are the most how to say, our casing different, how to say, most we have
different cases.
We are the only ones. Okay. The other company, Taiwan maker, they only maybe have 2 or 3 maximum, but we have 10 of them. Why we open so much of this casing? Because the customer request, especially we cooperate with our Spanish partner. What we are opening up here, we are doing in our production, and we're doing carbon block.
Okay, as well.
Yeah, as well. And we have our pump. We're doing pump.
Okay.
And we're also making the filters. Excluding PP, we make the carbon block and GEC.
Okay.
And post filter is all done by us. And we assemble our system. This domestic is all done by us.
Yes.
And that one is also done by us. Our design is slightly like the European style, smooth, and there's like curve. This is curvy, a little bit curvy. Because we cooperate with our Spanish partner, we get the Europe designer to do the design, and we open up more injection in Taiwan. This is what we do. And this is with 2.2 gallon tanks internal builds, and with cartridge filters. Cartridge filters. Yeah. Now in Europe and in US is very famous with these cartridge filters, where they are changing of the filters with convenience. Yeah, they're not cartridge. Yeah, this is quite famous now. So yeah, the changing is easy. Because most of the times they tell us is that it's the housewife who are more concerned about the hours. We design this casing, and with we share the design together with our Spanish partner. We have a Frosted Europes. We have a Europe's corporate partner in Spain. We will share the design to them and to make sure their end user is like the product. That only we open up the mold and do the mass production. That's why all the casing, the first batch come up. Of course, this is almost double of the normal ones. Yeah. But problem is, the difference is all these filters is Taiwan made, and we use coconuts. The others, those traditional types, most of them they are using coal base.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That is the cost difference. Because this here, the cartridge, the whole piece of cartridge, you have to disposable. That's why the cost is slightly higher.
Yeah.
That is the cost difference.
Yes, I like this thing. This is nice.
Yeah. Because now we design this under the we combine with the idea of a Europe the habits of the usage now. Yeah. Because that one is much more easier. Yeah.
Where is this transmembrane?
Membrane is over here. And with anti-leakage. So the leakage even can be detected of all of our casing units. Yes, this is what we are doing. And okay, let's see you have any problem for demonstration. Yeah.
Just this thing.
Yeah. These things actually.
So this is the smallest system in the world, whatever.
Yeah.
So then, right now I'll need a tank with this kind of setup.
Yeah.
If I don't want a tank, I just have 2 membranes.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Yeah,
I
correct.
can put this in my outside.
Yes. And now in the market, those missing systems, because of the pump is not strong enough, and the nozzle that they use is not good enough. That's why the water is dripping on the floor, make the floor wet.
只有很简单的一支沥青也就净水器啊，到2支到3支到5支，它代表都有不同的。对，而且说代表它的进水的这个频率高嘛。 然后到了
You
地
only
震
two
后
membranes.，
它又更微细嘛，
这
水都可以从其他东西都被过滤掉了，它代表它的安全度又更
Same
高。
size is only
所以
just put
地
another
震后
membrane.
是更高的密度比
200 gallons.
比如说在日本，
200 gallons, 200 gallons become 400
整
gallons.
水器，
整水器。
它为什么？
But
因
this
为
one
日
is
本
3
的
gallons.
收入在这个平衡它的区域的水质比较好，
要不然
他们因为不讲的，也有经验了解。
1,000.
那个华北啊，或者什么那个华北的什么，它那个水质好，很硬啊，
So you can just install this with just the normal faucet. There
哦，华北也是一样，那
you
水
don't
质
need
很重嘛。
10.
Yeah, you don't need
它这个时候
400 gallons, you don't need
他们
that.
烧开水的时候会有很严重的查扣啊，
Yeah, this one 50.
觉得水够啊，这个时候他们就会哇，影响热效能啊，影响口感啊，种种问题，他们就希望它的水会更干净。在日本
This one can be like this,
对日本
or
它
can
比
be
较
like
一个
this.
什么健康，
You can lay it down
Yeah.
or you can
Because we designed this for our Spanish customers. Because the shipping is not from us, but we using from the same supplier. Why? If you using this from one supplier, this from different supplier, the diameter, the OD and ID is different. Sometimes you will cause leakage, you don't know. Yeah, that's why we always insist all our spare parts is using from the same supplier. And our production is under standards of procedures. We use same batch and doing, so every batch that we send out is stable. Doesn't have any problem.
So the connections are on the side, like for your drain pipe and all that, are they on the side or?
Yeah, connect on the side.
Like the system, this one,
Our system in the world. So now we have 3 companies who do this. One is in China, the other 2 is in Taiwan. You are one of them. And our systems now is the thinnest compared with the other 2. Because we are 10 centimeters, 2 of them is 20% more than us. They are about 12 point something, 12.5 centimeters. Because their pump head is a little bit higher, bigger than us. So their thickness is